Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Hansraj presenting the headlines first. Axiom 4 mission carrying Indian astronauts takes off to International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Union Cabinet passes a resolution on the observance of 50 years since the proclamation of emergency. Northeast chief ministers describe emergency as one of the darkest periods in Indian history. Younger generation must learn from dark chapter to safeguard democracy, says Assam chief minister. Restoration work underway to clear debris from the landslide hit road and rail track near Jatinga Lampur railway station in Dima Hasao district. And two-time Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra clinches a javelin gold in the Ostrava Golden Spike 2025 meet in the Czech Republic. The Axiom 4 mission today successfully took off to the International Space Station, or ISS, from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida, United States of America. The space mission is being piloted by India's Indian Air Force Group Captain Suvanshu Shukla. Significantly, the mission comes 41 years after the mission of squadron leader Rakesh Sharma, who first carried the tricolor beyond Earth. Apart from India, the space mission is carrying astronauts from Hungary, Poland and the United States. Notably, the crew is traveling to the International Space Station on a new SpaceX Dragon spacecraft on the company's Falcon 9 rocket.
They've been working together with these teams here for the last 10 months preparing for today. Mission control confirming
Stage 1 Bravo.
That throttle up, and we
Copy,
are
1 Bravo.
after stage separation. Now at this point, we are just about 30 seconds away.
Separation confirmed.
President Draupadi Murmu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated Group Captain Suvanshu Shukla for creating a new milestone in space for India. In a message, President Murmu said the nation is excited and proud of an Indian's journey into the stars, sending her wishes for the success of the mission. The President said the mission reflects the enduring partnership between NASA and ISRO. She said the wide-ranging experiments to be performed by the crew would lead to new frontiers of scientific studies and space exploration. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also welcomed the successful launch of the space mission carrying astronauts from India, Hungary, Poland and the United States. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw said the Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister passed a resolution on the observance of 50 years since the proclamation of emergency. He said the government resolves to commemorate and honor the sacrifices of countless individuals who valiantly resisted the emergency. To mark the occasion, a 2-minute silence was observed in the Union Cabinet meeting as a tribute to those whose constitutionally guaranteed democratic rights were taken away.
The Union Cabinet, chaired by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, resolved to commemorate and honor the sacrifices of countless individuals who valiantly resisted the emergency and its attempt at subversion of the spirit of Indian Constitution. The year 2025 marks 50 years of the Samvidhan Hatya Divas, an unforgettable chapter in the history of India where the Constitution was subverted, the Republic and democratic spirit of India was attacked. The Union Cabinet reaffirmed that the people of India continue to repose unflinching faith in the Indian Constitution and the resilience of the country's democratic ethos. It is as important for the young as it is for the old to draw inspiration from those who resisted dictatorial tendencies and stood firm to defend our Constitution and its democratic fabric.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah today took part in a program in New Delhi organized on the occasion of Samvidhan Hatya Divas. In the program, the Union Minister released a book titled The Emergency Diaries, Years That Forged a Leader. The book highlights the struggle of the then youth leader and current Prime Minister Narendra Modi against the state of emergency.
हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 25 तारीख का ये दिन संविधान हत्या दिन के रूप में मनाने का सरकारी निर्णय किया है। मित्रों, आज यहां पर एक पुस्तक की भी विमोचन हुई, द इमरजेंसी डायरीज, ईयर्स दैट फोर्ज अ लीडर। ये नरेंद्र मोदी जी के आपातकाल के दौरान एक युवा संघ के प्रचारक के रूप में भूमिगत रहकर 19 माह तक जो आंदोलन जेपी के नेतृत्व में चला, नानाजी देशमुख के नेतृत्व में चला, वो आंदोलन में एक युवा कार्यकर्ता के नाते मोदी जी ने जिस प्रकार से संघर्ष किया, मीसाबंदी जो थे उनके घर में गए, उनकी परिजनों की पूछताछ की, उनके इलाज की व्यवस्था की, कई सारे गुप्त अखबार निकलते थे, उसको बाजारों में, चौराहों पर, विद्यार्थियों में, महिलाओं में बांटने का काम किया और गुजरात के अंदर एक संघर्ष का नेतृत्व इस युवा अवस्था में 24-25 साल के युवा नरेंद्र मोदी ने किया।
In Assam, Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma said the emergency was one of the darkest periods in Indian history. Addressing the mock parliament session in Guwahati, organized by the BJP Yuva Morcha and Mahila Morcha today, the Chief Minister emphasized that the younger generation must remember the dark chapter and learn from it to safeguard democracy in the future. The event aimed to raise awareness among the youth about the emergency declared in 1975 and its impact on the Indian constitution and democratic values.
On this day, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi claimed emergency illegally, and even she has gone to the extent of suspending fundamental rights of the people of India. There was a resistance movement led by Loknayak Jaiprakash Narayan, and lakhs of people came out to the street and protested against the so-called declaration of emergency. Ultimately, India triumphed, and Prime Minister Indira Gandhi has to withdraw the proclamation of emergency after 21 months. On this day, once again we are demanding that Congress party should offer an unconditional apology to the people of India for imposing dictatorship, for imposing emergency on a nation whose history and civilization is rooted in democracy.
Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha today reflected on the emergency, saying that the dark shadow of emergency descended on India 50 years ago. Reflecting on the emergency at the mock parliament organized by Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha Tripura Pradesh at Sukanta Academy, the Chief Minister encouraged all participants to engage and learn about the constitution and its values.
যাদের ফ্যামিলিতে কেউ কোনোদিন কোনো পার্টি করেনি, আমাদের এখানে একটা আমরাও দেখতাম, ধরে নিতাম এদের জন্যই বুঝি রাজনীতি। কিন্তু উনি বলেছেন যে যাদের ফ্যামিলির মধ্যে কেউ রাজনীতি করেনি ওইসব ফ্যামিলির ছেলে মেয়েদের ওনাদেরকে নিয়ে আসা উচিত। আমি এখানে যাদের চেহারা আমি দেখছি অনেককে চিনি, অনেকের এখনো অপরিচিত, আমি নিশ্চিত যে ওদের ফ্যামিলির মধ্যে কেউ রাজনীতিতে আসেনি।
In observance of Samvidhan Hatya Divas, Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang today led a rally at MG Marg, Gangtok. The rally saw participation from various dignitaries, including the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of the Sikkim Legislative Assembly, Cabinet Ministers, MLAs, officials and students. The event culminated at Manan Kendra. The event aimed to raise awareness about constitutional rights and the importance of upholding the Constitution. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma has urged the political parties to reconsider their decision to boycott the proposed all-party committee on railway connectivity. Expressing concern over the lack of participation, Sangma said refusal by some parties to engage was slowing progress of the vital developmental issue.
Not moving forward because we'd like to see everybody on board. It's an important issue. My point is that whether you agree or don't agree, at least we sit and we talk and put our thoughts and ideas on the table. And without having a proper democratic process in this whole thing, some political parties have decided not to participate in this, which I feel is democratically a very, very wrong message. As I said, whether you agree or disagree, I think the platform is being provided. We should sit and put our heads together. And we may all disagree to it, or we may all agree to it, or at least the facts will come out on what the challenges are. And hopefully...
In a significant boost to Meghalaya's rich cultural heritage, Rindia, the traditional Aries silk fabric, has officially received the GI tag. Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma thanked the Prime Minister and expressed pride in the achievement through his social media platform. Woven by the skilled hands of women weavers from Rivoi district, Rindia reflects the deep-rooted traditions, sustainable practices and cultural heritage of the Khasi community. Tripura Chief Minister Manik Saha today said the Ministry of Development of North-Eastern Region, or DONA, has already sanctioned 198 crore rupees for setting up a special drug de-addiction center at the state's Sipahijala district in Bishramganj. Speaking at an event organized on the eve of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, the Chief Minister said the state government has already decided to set up drug de-addiction centers in all the 8 districts of the state, with rupees 20 crore would be spent for each of the center.
इससे अवेयरनेस प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, लेकिन ये तो हो रहा है, लेकिन ये एक दिन के लिए नहीं होना है, पूरा साल होना चाहिए। त्रिपुरा अभी एक वल्नरेबल स्टेट के हिसाब से अभी आ रहा है, मतलब तो हमने काफ़ी कोशिश की, और खास करके जो यंग जनरेशन में हमने देखा ड्रग्स के कारण, एक तो ड्रग एडिक्टेड है, और ड्रग्स लेने के कारण जो HIV इन्फेक्शन और एड्स ऐसा जो बहुत ही शरीर के लिए बहुत ही खतरनाक बीमारी, इसमें अफेक्ट हो रहा है।
Restoration work is underway on a war footing to clear the Haflong Silchar Road and Lumding-Badarpur railway section, which was disrupted by a massive landslide near Jatinga-Lampur railway station in Dima Hasao. Owing to heavy landslide on the existing National Highway 27, debris has slipped onto the rail track, disrupting communication. Lumding Railway Divisional Manager Samir Lohani visited the site to take stock of the situation on Wednesday. He said around 50,000 cubic meters land has slipped from the nearby hills and 10 excavators have been pressed into service.
तो यहाँ पे परसों लैंडफिल हुआ है, आपने देख लिया होगा, ऊपर पूरा रेलवे पूरा पहाड़ आया है, 50,000 क्यूबिक मीटर अर्थ शिफ्ट हुआ है, रोड भी खिसक गई है, डैमेज हो गई है, रेल भी डैमेज हो गया है। तो हम लोग अभी DC, SP, लोकल स्टेट अथॉरिटीज़ के साथ प्लान बना रहे थे, और जहाँ तक रेलवे का सवाल है, हमारा प्लान है कि संडे तक यातायात को बहाल करने का।
Lakhs of devotees, saints and seekers from across the country and world have thronged the annual Ambubasi Mela at the historic Kamakhya temple atop Nilachal Hills in Guwahati over the past few days. The annual Mela, which began at the Kamakhya temple on June 22nd, will conclude on Thursday morning when the doors of the temple will open for devotees.
ये है अंबुबासी महायोग 2025 और देखा जा रहा है कि दिन ब दिन यहाँ में आने वाले भक्त की जो संख्या है वो बढ़ते ही जा रहे हैं। भक्त लोग यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं और आराधना कर रहे हैं माँ कामाख्या की।
माँ कामाख्या नमस्तुभ्यं शैलसुता कामेश्वरी, हरप्रिय नमस्तुभ्यं दयानिधे, भुवनेश्वरी भवतारिणी, मंगल मोक्ष प्रदायिनी।
जाते समय पे ऐसा लगता है कि अपने माँ बाप का घर छोड़ के जा रहे हैं, बहुत दर्द होते हैं अंदर से।
जब भाव जागृत होता है माता के प्रति तो अश्रु आ जाते हैं, तो दुख का कारण है, और जब अनुभूति होती है तो खुशी, दोनों मिलते हैं। पहले जब आते थे तो इतना भीड़ भी नहीं था, अब तो बहुत भीड़ बढ़ गई।
अभी माँ कामाख्या
In sports, two-time Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra has clinched the javelin throw title in the Ostrava Golden Spike 2025 meet in the Czech Republic. The 27-year-old Indian star clinched the yellow medal with a best throw of 85.29 meters in the one-day competition last night. Noel Smith of South Africa with a throw of 84.12 meters finished second, while Anderson Peters of Grenada with a throw of 83.63 meters came third. And to end the news, the main points once again. Axiom 4 mission carrying Indian astronaut takes off to International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Union Cabinet passes a resolution on the observance of 50 years since the proclamation of emergency. Northeast Chief Ministers describe emergency as one of the darkest periods in Indian history. Younger generation must learn from dark chapter to safeguard democracy, says Assam Chief Minister. Restoration work underway to clear debris from the landslide hit road and rail track near Jatingar Lampur railway station in Dimahasao district. And two-time Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra clinches javelin gold in the Ostrava Golden Spike 2025 meet in the Czech Republic. And that brings to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.